Hey YouTube, I am Tiberius and you're about to watch an edited recording of a Twitch stream. You can check out my Twitch using the link in the video description. If you enjoy the content, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to my channel. Thank you and enjoy the video. Can we take over the marketplace's infrastructure? Okay, Michael has given you access to an internal server of his so you can pen test the marketplace platform he and his team have been working on. He says it still has a few bugs he and his team need to iron out. Can you take advantage of this and will you be able to gain root access? Okay. So we're going to start the box. I imagine there's no domain. Generally speaking, when you have boxes with like a space like this in the name, it's not going to be something like marketplace.tryhackme, but maybe it will be. We'll figure out. Oh yeah, this is Notion Enhanced. This is amazing. Really useful because you can create like folders, I guess, and you can. It syncs to the cloud, which is nice. Nice for like this kind of stuff because all your notes can just be stored in the cloud. What was it called? The marketplace. Okay. Yeah, it is free. There's probably limitations I know about, but I rarely use it anyway. Okay, so let's do AutoRecon. -C. Okay, well, there's some interesting stuff. We got TCP 80, so obviously we're going to check that out. We're going to use Burp Suite. Hopefully it's actually there we go. Okay, so we have a marketplace. Let's have a look at the source code. Always nice to do. Got login, got a sign up, got items. That's about it. We'll check out and see if there's a robots.txt. There is, which neatly tells us there is an admin directory, which is nice. So we'll go there first. We are not authorized to view this page. Again, we're going to look at this. Okay. So what we can do, before we're even authenticated, let's try and see what happens if we do some basic enumeration here. All right, can we do something like this? Well, that's interesting. Can we do something like and 1 equals 1? And what happens if we change that to a 2? And what happens if we change it to and 1 equals 2? Nothing. All right, so there's probably no SQL injection here. I imagine we could try something like this. What I imagine is happening is it's taking this value out of the URL, the entire thing, and it's just converting it to an integer. So if we did 1.0, I imagine it's just going to show us the first thing. Yeah, 1.5 is probably interesting. Okay. Okay, what we got? Contact the listing author and report listing to admins. So both those need a login. So before we do anything, let's do a sign up. Tiberius password. We have signed up successfully. All right. We are logged in. So I'm going to log out and we're going to try some SQL injection. We're obviously going to try the amazing or 1 equals 1. No, we're not. We're going to try this. Firstly, we're just going to try with a single quote and see what happens. User not found. And then what happens if we do and 1 equals 1? User not found. Okay. We can try it with double quotes. User not found. Actually, I should probably inspect this and see exactly what it's doing. Yeah, it's just regular. So my first thoughts is there isn't some SQL injection there. But presumably we can do username enumeration, because if I do Tiberius with password test, it's going to say invalid password. So what we can start doing, and I wonder actually if we do, wait, what? Okay, so you have to have a password of at least something. Or 1 equals 1 bypasses the log. I mean, it wouldn't. At least it shouldn't. If and 1 equals 1 doesn't, with a valid username. Actually, one thing I should have tried, actually, is Tiberius. I wasn't thinking properly. I need to do just Tiberius with a semicolon. That was stupid of me, actually. Tiberius and actually no. Let's just try and 1 equals 1 dash dash dash. User not found. One thing we can try is just without the semicolon as well. And honestly, since we know the password, we can probably do something. We can try something like this. So the idea here being, since we know that the username is Tiberius and we know the password is password, if we split this into 2 strings and like concatenate them together, and if that allows us to log in, we should be good. But it looks like I would very much doubt there's any SQL injection here. However, there is username enumeration. So what we will do is we will send this to intruder. We want the password to just be like the letter A or something. And then we're going to use, we got like usernames. We do have usernames here. 8,000 username. We are indeed above the 75, so we just need to keep that average up. That would be amazing. All right, go to settings. I don't need to make an unmodified baseline request, but what I do want to do is extract. Oh, I didn't even notice this token. We're going to use this. Let's just refetch the response. What? Okay. Give me a sec. Invalid password, yeah. Don't quite understand why that is happening. Well, we can just manually do. Well, I guess we don't even need to do this technically. We don't need to extract anything. We just need to match something. I just want to match invalid password, because invalid password will mean that we have a correct username. All right. Let's start the attack. And if we get a tick here, we'll know. But otherwise, we get user not found. So we'll just leave that running. Although it looks like it's stalling. Okay, maybe. Seems like a really weak web server. It might be because directory busting is happening. So that's potentially something else. So meanwhile, we'll check that we can authenticate using public key and passwords. Lovely. Okay. Has Ferox Buster found anything? Any 200s? No, but it did find the admin. Git logs would be interesting. If there was indeed a Git directory, maybe there isn't. I don't know. .git. Not found. Alright. Probably nothing. Okay, and Nikto. By the way, Nikto now runs for everybody who loves Nikto. What were we doing? We've logged in. New listing. File uploads are temporarily... Who reckons this is just bull? Okay, so we have this disabled input. So obviously we can't use this, can we, chat? I mean, look, I'm clicking as fast as I can. I cannot choose a file. So that's just done. Literally impossible. I should probably not just put ASDF. Title, desk. Oh, I wonder what happens if I just take out the word disabled. Oh, wow. Okay, so what do I want to do? Probably create a file in my TryHackMe the marketplace directory. I'm going to assume this is PHP. That's probably Nginx. Oh, we didn't check this. Oh, well. Okay, well, we're going to see. I'm going to remember this JSON of it. We're probably going to do something with this. Let's just see if we can upload a PHP file. I have no idea if it is PHP then. Oh, by the way, just to go, you'll be happy to know. I think I have about 8 WebSocket slides now. PHP info. We're going to use this. We are going to select TryHackMe marketplace test.php, and we're going to submit it. Well, it's definitely vulnerable to XX. What? No, hang on. It's vulnerable to XSS. Which probably isn't anything good. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to instead just try and mess with this. So this is a JWT, which stands for JSON Web Token. Do I have... I don't. I'm going to go to the BAP store. We're going to search for... I think it's this one. It is this one. Good. Okay. So we go to repeater, and suddenly we have this this little thing here, and I can just change this to true. And I can say, can we use the none signing algorithm, please? And then I can make the request. And we can have a look and see what's rendered. No. This invalidated our session. So it's not going to be that easy. Why is it just disabled in? However, it does have it has got a HS256 algorithm, which means this might be crackable. Someone got a bounty of 7K by using some React WebSockets. Yeah, WebSockets are easy to abuse, but they're also easy to protect. Okay. There is JWT crack. I think it's this one that's the best. Okay, and then we just have to run it like this.
Thank you for following.
Okay, so we're going to copy the token here. Shove it there. And then we'll do sudo and this. And we'll let that run for a little bit. You can also crack this using hashcat. Alright, we still have a few scans running, that's okay. It looks like there was another HTTP port actually, so maybe you should check that out. HTTP. Oop, that did not copy. Come on. It's just the same thing. What box are we doing? We're doing the marketplace from Hackbox. I have no idea if this is even actually cracking anything. I mean, it should do. It's look at my CPU usage. Okay, well, I guess I imagine what's going to happen, right? We have to create a listing that has some JavaScript. That's going to steal the admin cookie or something. So let's just try it. We're just going to try something very simple. We're going to go new image dot source equals, and then we're going to create a Python web server. Don't really necessarily have to do it anywhere in particular, but I'm going to do it here. Python-m http.server. And my IP address. Goodness me, that's a lot of IP addresses. It's this one here, though. So we're going to go HTTP port 8000, I believe. Yes. pwned and then script. So if I expand this out, all this is doing is creating a new image object, setting the source to this URL. So when this script runs, it should basically cause the admin user to connect back to us, or to be honest, any user. So there we go. So let's just double check and make sure that is going to work. Okay. Well, that admins will evaluate whether the listing you reported breaks our guidelines. So hopefully we're going to get a hit. Given that it executed for us, or not. Maybe it only happens every minute or so, I don't know. Okay, so I do have port 80 open. Oh wait, what was this? Oh, they did come... Is that what you were saying, Rickard? That was, thank you. Okay, Rickard helped. So I was accidentally in copy mode, and it doesn't update when you're in copy mode, apparently. I didn't actually realize that. Very interesting. Okay, Rickard's a genius. So we can just steal, we can probably steal their cookies now. One thing we can actually double check and make sure we can actually steal cookies. We'll do alert document dot cookie. And we can get our own cookie. Lovely. So what we're going to do, we're going to rewrite this now. There are numerous ways you can steal cookies, but we're just going to use the same trick. Whoops. Okay, so I'm going to grab my IP address here. $8,000, and then we're going to do C equals, and then we're going to use concatenation BTOA, which BTOA is just base64 stuff. Document.cookie. Okay. And what this should do is basically just give us the... Firstly, it should give us our own. This is our own. And if I report this listing, we should now, at some point... There we go. Oh, that's much better. So this, remember, is base64 encoded. Wait, what? There we go. So we decode base64. Now we get this token. And all we need to do now is go into our inspect application cookies. Double click this, delete it, paste this one, and I imagine if we now refresh the page, we should... Yes, hooray, we're admin. Okay, so this is probably flag 1, I imagine. Good. All right, so this administration panel. Oh, hang on, there's a user equals 4. All right, so we actually have a user equals now. Lovely. Okay. So we're going to do probably, I would guess, Let's just do an and 1 equals 1. So what we're going to do is a union. I imagine we could control some of these parameters. We need to find out how many columns are in the original query. So the way we do that is we just do order by 1, and then we just update the 1 to a 2 all the way until we get an error. We get an error, unknown column 5, which means there are 4. As soon as you get an error, you know you've overshot. We're not doing all 1 equals 1 just to go. That's not how we do things. So we can now do a union. However, if you think about, if we do a union, let's just do 1, 1, 1, 1. We probably now need to just do dash, dash, dash. I need to do a union select because I'm an idiot. So you see how none of my 1s made it into here. Al got confused by this once, but it's very easy to fix usually. You just have to make this you make the first query invalid. The problem is what a union does is it executes the first query and then it combines the results of that query with the second one. So in this case, there's only one user in the database with the UID of 4. So the first half of this query is going to return 1 row. This is only going to return 1 row, but it's going to be the second row of the overall table. And this user page is only expecting 1 row. So it's only going to display 1 row. So what we need to do is make it so that this first half of the query does not return a row. Usually you can just set it to 0. And that worked. Because there's no user with an ID of 0, other things you could do is like -1. Right? But there we go. So we can now do some lovely injection here. So I imagine what we want to do is use this second parameter, which is the username, I assume. Let's just do test. It is. So we can basically start extracting data. So if I do version 8.0.21. So at this point, I'm going to open my cheat sheets. And I'm just going to black my screen a minute. So I know other people use cheat sheets that are online, right? So people will use like Pen Test Monkey has some cheat sheets. Portswigger have cheat sheets. Those cheat sheets are rubbish. I have the best cheat sheet. Yeah, we could use OWASP. So my cheat sheets are ones that I wrote. And as far as I am aware, they go into more detail than any cheat sheets in any SQL course on the planet. There's about 103 slides of them. Why not use SQL map? We could use SQL map, but that's boring. Ordinarily, if I was doing this in a real life test, of course I would use SQL map. And maybe we'll use SQL map after we've done it manually. But every web app penetration tester should know how to do this manually. All right, I just have to scroll down to my union-based stuff. I've gone past it all. Here we go. Okay, right. So we got the database version, but that's kind of boring. We know we're using MySQL because of the error message. So we can grab database. So the database is called Marketplace. We're going to list this down here. The current table we can get using this. Oops. I am going to use okay, I'm going to use this now because it's probably just going to be easier. So we need table name, from information schema, where table schema equals database, and URL encode that. Unknown common, what? Oh, table underscore name. I'm going to render. Hopefully the render isn't doing anything. No. Okay, items. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Okay, that should help. Table is items. Okay, we are going to now look for the columns. Actually, we won't actually enumerate the tables actually, rather than listing. So if we do a group concat, there is a users table. So we really don't care about the items table. We do care about the users table because there's probably going to be username and passwords in there. I mean, I can guarantee it actually. So now we're going to do group concat, column name, column type, from information schema dot columns, where table name equals users. We probably want to do and table schema. Well, I was typing in upper caps. Did I say upper caps? That's silly. Uppercase schema equals, and then we want marketplace. Okay, so I'm gonna add something to this group concat, which is gonna be a colon. Basically, what this is gonna do, if we copy all of this, users. So the columns, there's an ID which is an integer. There's a username which is a varchar 32. There's a password which is a varchar 128. And there's an is administrator, which is a tiny int, basically a boolean. It's either going to be 0 or 1, usually. All right, so now we can actually just extract the username and passwords for all the users. So we'll use group concat again. We'll do, was it use? Hang on. It is just username and password. Good. Username, colon, password from, and we just have to basically take all of this out from users. And there we go. So if I just separate these out, I mean, we could also actually just do username, password, is administrator. Straight top. So interestingly, the system user is not an administrator. Michael is, and Jake is. All right, but we can at least copy these passwords into a file. Let me go back here. You can probably just cancel this now. Vim hashes. Copy these into a file. We're going to delete the usernames. We're going to username that hash with the file, and we're going to give it the hashes, and it's going to tell us. Interesting. It's definitely a hash. Let me just make sure I haven't messed up anything. I'm just going to do... Yeah. But it's percentage 2b hash type. What is that? Not percentage. $2b $hash. Claims it's bcrypt. It is bcrypt. How is hash? How does nothing apparently know what bcrypt is? That's bizarre. Unless I've somehow messed up. Okay. John the Ripper. Bcrypt. Can it do bcrypt? Lovely run. /r/how to hack. Format bcrypt. Alright, so John format equals bcrypt. Word list equals user share word list rock_u, and then just hashes. I mean, it seems to find that it's okay. Doesn't seem to be having a problem. Hey Al, how are you? How's Philadelphia? Interestingly, it's not cracking anything yet.
20 minutes later.
Have I checked the mess? Oh. Good point. I have no messages, though. But maybe I should get... Maybe they're... Actually, no. Where are the messages even stored? You'd think they'd be stored in the database. But... Let me just go back to when we enumerated table. Oh, there was messages. Oh, my goodness. Was I blind? Was I really that blind? God damn it. How did I not see that? It's alright. Bonzo will cut this all out. So yeah, obviously, you know, we saw the table messages and instantly thought we should check that. Messages is what we need. So there's an ID user from. Message content really is the only thing we care about. So we're going to do group concat message content from messages. Fuck's sake. Oh boy. Okay. So we have we don't even need to care about the user. We can just brute force the users. So this is the password. I mean, there's only 3 users it could be. System, Michael, and Jake. I'm just going to try all of them. Why does it keep doing that? I really hate when it goes up like that. Wow, I really, really don't like when you do that. You know what? Just screw you. Okay, SSH system at 10.10.74.26. Okay, it's not that. What was the other username? It's Michael and Jake. We'll just try Michael. Okay, we'll try Jake. It's Jake.
We are in.
Okay, so that literally just all because I apparently, well, I mean, I don't know why, but I basically, when I enumerated the, I read items and users, and that's it. I do not know how I missed messages. I mean, we enumerated the items table, we enumerated the users. Oh, well. Alright, so we can cat user.txt. Bash history has gone to dev null. So that's fine. Let's do that. We can now, where are we? Here we go. This is going to be user.txt. Alright, so we do know the username. Sorry, the password. So what we can do is at least try sudo. Why do people do this? We know his pass. Oh, it's Michael. Okay. That makes more sense. But still, no, we should be able to run it with our password. Alright, let's just check out what opt backups backup.sh does. So it is owned by Michael. However, what we should do is check the ownership of the backups directory itself. That is also owned by Michael. Okay, what does opt backups backup actually do? Oh boy. Alright. Gonna make a privesc directory. See if I can remember how to do this. No, I can't remember the name. It's checkpoint something. So we're going to go GDFO bins. This is an insane exploit. So we go to tar. And we go to sudo. Okay, so As you can see, if we can run tar with dash dash checkpoint equals 1 and dash dash checkpoint dash action equals exec equals bin sh, or just to be honest, any script, we can run stuff. And you might be thinking, okay, but we can't do that. Right? It clearly says we run backup.sh. We cannot write to backup.sh, but the tar command does this. However, I mean, yeah, that might be readable, but I'm going to try this first. I imagine this is going to work. However, the wildcard is very special in Bash. Right? And it turns out that Linux is very, very nice when it comes to file names, let's say. So, like, let's say I do, let's just create a file called tib. Okay, and if I do ls asterisk, right, we get tib. Yeah? Now, if I touch /-l and I do ls asterisk, ooh, we got something different. And notice my .l file isn't there. If I just run ls, there's the l file, there's the -l file. When I run ls-**, it's not there. And the reason is the same as if I had just done echo asterisk. If I do echo asterisk, we get -l tib. An asterisk in Bash will take the names of all the files in the current directory, and it will concatenate them using spaces. And it just so happens that also in Bash, arguments to executables are separated by spaces too. So if you ever have an asterisk after a command, and one of the files in the current directory just happens to very closely resemble an argument for that command, like ls-l, you can execute that. So we can remove the -l. We can also remove tib. And what we probably want to do is create just shell.sh. And we're going to do bin bash. And we're just going to copy bin bash to, what was the writable directory, right? I want to make sure Michael can actually write to the backups directory. Let's actually have a look at that. Anyone can write to the backups directory, though it's temporary. I think doesn't T mean that we won't be able to see it if Michael writes there? No. I mean, I think okay, we'll try this. So we're going to do opt backup Michael bash. And we're going to chmod plus xs opt backup Michael bash. I'm going to chmod plus x this shell. And then what we need to do is create this file. So when creating files like this, because they resemble command line arguments, if you just try and do this, it won't do it. But there's a trick. If you just do /, there it is. And now we just need to do touch / this, and obviously the exec needs to point to our shell.sh. Who else now? So we have 3 files in these. I mean, the fact that you can name files this in Linux is just absurd. Can we all agree? All right, so hopefully we can actually just do this now. So we do sudo sudo -u Michael, and then this. Did I mess up something? Backing up files. Oh, hang on. Let me just move. Jesus, come on. /opt backups backup .tar into opt backups backup 2.tar. Now I can just do opt backups. Okay, that didn't work. Shell.sh wasn't found. Does shell.sh need to be... Maybe shell.sh needs to be in the opt backups directory? It shouldn't, though. Your files are not in the backup folder? I mean, they shouldn't have to be. The backup script should just run in this directory. I mean, look, it doesn't change the directory. Where is the script? Did I cat it at any point? Yeah. It runs bin bash, backing up files, and it creates this file from whatever directory we're in. Well, I don't think you can give the correct file path, though. That's the problem. Because it has slashes in it, unless we can do backslashes. I don't know. Path, I meant? Oh, that would be weird, though. It should still run it. Because if we do shell.sh, right? Oh, maybe not. Check Al's Necronomicon. Oh, is it in? Does he have Is it just sh path? I think it's this. Hang on a minute. Yeah, I think it's that. Yeah, I have it in my course. All right, so it did actually run it. I think I spelt backups wrong. Okay. So we're just going to vim the shell. It's backups. I should just open my course notes. It's in there, I know. Okay, here we go. Okay, good. And then we should be able to do opt backups Michael bash -p. With Michael.
I'm in.
To be fair, I think it does tell you to do it. I mean, it uses this, but yeah. Okay. So we do sudo-l here. I mean, Michael can run his own file, I guess. We should probably cd into his home directory. Oh, are we still as Jake? Oh yeah, we are actually, because of my... Interesting. We can find all files that are... Is it like... I don't know if this is right or not. Find all files that are writable by our user, and we probably want to... You know what? Screw it. I'm going to run it. Okay, there's a bash. There's a home/marketplace. I should have done the whole thing with proc. I regret everything. Come on. Screen session. All right. So there's marketplace, which I can apparently go into. What's this .yarn? Oh. Nothing in there. Okay. Let's search for SUIDs. There could be SUIDs. Just gonna grab the command here. Well, I mean, yeah, this one.
Thank you for following.
Nothing there. What else was in opt? Anything interesting? Container ID, look for groups. I'm in the Michael group. At this point, we just probably use linpiece, because right now I'm not actually a proper Michael user. If I do ID, I'm still technically Jake, but my effective ID is Michael. I think if I do cron tab -e though, will this be... Mission denied, all right. No, yeah, so it still selects it for Jake. So potentially what we could do to get an actual shell as Michael, we could edit that. I'm just wondering. I wonder, will it like a reverse shell as I do a reverse shell just running it from this, will it actually grab Michael's session or not. Oh. Apparently I haven't downloaded RevShell Gen yet. This one is the one I generally use. CD into tools. Git clone that. I'm going to try SH. No, I'm back as Jake. So if I do bash-p, I imagine I'm still Jake, yeah. So I don't know what running the MPs is actually going to get me here. Create ID SA. I don't understand what you mean, but 1124 privesc. I'm sure LMPs will work. Forbidden. No, my script. Oh, yeah. I mean, I could edit the. Yeah, that might be better actually. You're right. I was just trying to keep it in a stable shell. So we don't even need to do this. So if we just copy this command and do that, and netcat, and if we do sudo, what? Do anything? No. What did I miss? Yeah, if you just use exec bin bash, no, that wouldn't. We'd have to do bin bash -p. Oh, how did that happen? Did I not? Bad FD number. I'm not entirely sure why that's bad FD number. So that's got to do something with. It's got to be something to do with this. We can just use something else though. We could use like the box died. I mean, how do we execute commands if the box is dead? But it is expiring soon. So thank you, Just a Guy. We can add 1 hour. Oh, it's expiring in a minute. We're just going to use this. This should work. I forgot to listen. There we go. Now we're fully Michael. Oh, he has Docker. All right, so we can Control Z that SSTY, oh, STTY, sorry. Size STTY raw dash echo. Then we can do STTY. What? Well, that didn't work. Oh, I'm an idiot. I didn't spawn a shell. I knew I forgot a step there. Okay. I need to do Python. I should probably Python 3. Yes. Python 3 -c import pty.spawn bin bash. Now we can do Control Z. Now we can do STY size and STTY that. Now we're here. We can do STTY rows is 38. STTY cols 172. Export term equals xterm 256 color. And now we have a nice, lovely, stable shell. And I can do sudo -l. We don't have Michael's password. That's better. We do have Docker, and oh, this isn't Docker. Docker container. Just look up Docker. I'm sure this is how we Docker shell. Yeah, Docker image. ls. We have Alpine, so we can just do this. We're root. It did chroot me, so we should be able to just do cd into root and count root.txt. What am I doing? So we got it. So I'll explain this command. So this command can either go two ways. So when we were root here, we weren't actually root on the marketplace. Okay. In fact, maybe I can demo that if I do hostname. Right. You see how this is the hostname, right? Of the Docker container we're on. And obviously, if I do hostname here, it's the marketplace. So what's going on? Because this root.txt file is on the marketplace. Okay? Like, for instance, if I run Docker and do an ls-l home, look. Right? These are all the marketplace files, right? The users. So what's happening? Well, when we did Docker image ls, it listed a bunch of Docker containers. None of these really matter apart from this one. Alpine is like a tiny version of Linux. It's a little tiny Docker container for Linux. And so let's go over what we did here. So Docker run will run an image. Basically, it will create a container out of an image and then run it. -v is basically how you can mount volumes in Docker. So one good thing about Docker is you can run any kind of container and you can say, okay, this container can access one of my directories on my host system at this address. And so this is what this is doing. It's basically saying, okay, when you run this Docker container, I want you to mount my system, so the marketplace's root directory,
Thank you for
to
following.
/mnt, okay, on the container itself. All
Thank
right.
you for following.
Thanks for following, everyone. --rm, I think, just cleans up the container when you exit out, so you don't need to worry about that. -I is interactive, I think, and Teague spawns a terminal, maybe, I don't know. These are really the commands you need to know about. Alpine is the name of the image. And you may be wondering, okay, well, if it mounted the root directory to /mnt, why could we just do, why could we cd into root? Right? Why did we not do cd/mnt/root? And that's because of this. The chroot command. What chroot does is it basically changes the root directory for the user session. And so because we had the marketplace's root directory mounted at /mnt, if we chroot to /mnt, suddenly when we get a shell, which is what sh is going to do, when we get a shell on the container, every time we go cd/, right, like invisibly in the background, it's actually just doing /mnt. So if we actually demo this, if we take out that chroot, because you don't have to do a chroot, all right. Now if I do ls -l home, all right, it's empty. Okay. But if I do ls/l/mnt/home, there they all are. So that's all we're doing. And because Docker itself runs with root level privileges, it can obviously access all the files in basically the host. So even though, you know, we're technically not root on the marketplace, we are root on a Docker container which has access to all the files on the host. So I mean, we could technically, like if we cd into /mnt, we go cd mnt shadow. Sorry, what am I doing? etc, and we cat the shadow file. Right? We could technically, you know, we could add to this. We could do the root trick. Like, actually, maybe we should do that. If we do open SSL unsafe, so basically, by the way, guys, if you want to use the password trick, you can't do it in the latest Kali. Open SSL no longer has a password option. Oh, well, sorry, it does, but it doesn't do passwords that are compatible with Etsy password. But if you install OpenSSL-unsafe, you can do this. I think actually we can just do it without a salt. Yeah, okay. So let's see if we can actually mess with this box. Can I just do echo? Actually, I want a cat password. So I'm going to take this root user. We're going to copy him across into here. And then we're going to copy this password. And I'm going to replace the X. And we're going to call it new root. Because the IDs are the same. Should be fine. We're going to go echo into password. And now if we exit, so we're back on the marketplace. Hopefully if we do su root, we should do, new root. Oh, whoops. I just wiped it. Can we still do new root? We could probably SSH in though. No, I've just killed the box. Okay, well, if I hadn't been an idiot and done, I'm not going to do a gamba. If I'd done this, if I had done two, basically, yeah, I did now. This would have created a user called new root. Somebody do the fail redemption. Come on, get out of your system. Basically, I overwrote password. And there we go. Thank you, Marcus. Really, all this would have done is it creates an alias to the root account, and I can just log in.
Mr. Streamer.
You have the old contents. Can you echo it all back? No, because we're no longer in the Docker container, and the system doesn't know which user I am right now. If I try and run this, oh, maybe. Okay, let's try it. I might be able to rescue this thanks to some quick thinking. So let's just put this all here. What's going on here? Hang on a minute. Come on. There we go. Okay, so let's try it. So we're not sure rooted, so I do need to go echo this into mnt etc password. Oh yeah. Look at that. I'm root. It worked. Okay, I didn't do it now.
I'm in.
What an epic recovery. Thank you, Silent Okapi, for the for the suggestion. Okay, so yeah, that's any question about this. That's a few ways you can do it. And again, the reason, like, at no point during this bit were we running as technically root. We were running as the Docker containers root, which just so happened via Docker, the process, to have access to the root file system. So kind of technically we were running as root, but it was a really weird way of running as root. However, we can always, now we are actually on the marketplace as root, right? If I do hostname, whoops, we are on the marketplace as the root user. On the screen are my socials. Please follow me on Twitter, join the Discord server, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and of course follow me on Twitch to get alerted when I go live. You can also find all these links in the video description.